Oh, hello. Wishing to speak about the reliability or the non-reliability of the Pali Suttas. I'd like to start off by saying that I was a monk for 2 years, and I kind of like more or less read and studied to varying degrees the suttas for 2 years. In my temple there was a big library, and I remember reading them and thinking, my God, is this stuff true? And knowing that the Thai monks and the Burmese monks took these stories as literal. But when I was a monk, I was reading stories that the monks and the nuns were telling me that were true. Such things as birds in the forest hearing Buddha's words, and the animals or the birds instantly became enlightened. Such things as monks going to sleep and wakening up in the middle of the night and demons were trying to have sex with them, or monks going to sleep and wakening up in the middle of the night and deers were lying on top of the monks, and the deer was having basically the deer had raped the monk. The deer had, well, I won't go into details, but the deer had raped the monk. And the Buddha giving lectures in pagodas, Chedi's pagodas mysteriously appearing. And I thought, is this stuff true or is this stuff legend? And the monks were all saying, no, 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 it's true. And there was other things. I read the birth stories of Buddha, and I thought, this stuff is similar to the birth story of Krishna. This is identical to what happened to Jesus. And after I disrobed, I even found out that the birth story of Buddha is actually very similar to the legends and the myths which surround Saint Nicholas, who we call Santa Claus. So I'm going to try and post a series of videos about the reliability or non-reliability of the Pali text. There's five main sections of the Sutta Nipata, and one of the collections of sutras is called the, I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's the Kudaka, or the Kudaka, and the Kudaka basket, or the Kudaka Nikaya is the short sutras, and there's significant research that's been done to say that lots of portions of the Kudaka Nikaya are later editions, but these editions are really relevant because it's all the myths and legends surrounding the first council and the purity of Theravada Buddhism in comparison to the other schools of early Buddhism, and events surrounding Buddha's birth and death. So if there are later additions to the Kudaka Nikaya, it's very relevant for what we believe today about Buddhism. The Kudaka Nikaya punches above its weight in relation to forming many of the beliefs and legends and myths around India at the time of Buddha and about Buddha's life. So I mean, like the Burmese monks believe and the Thai monks believe that when Buddha was alive, it was a special period. It was like the golden era of humanity, and it will never be here again. So the Thais and the Burmese believe it all lock, stock, and barrel. Well, they do believe that when Buddha touched the ground, like literally and physically, a pagoda mysteriously appeared. According to the Burmese texts, Buddha flew from India and landed in Arakan, or what is now as Bangladesh. According to the Thai texts, Buddha landed in Thailand. According to the Sinhalese texts, Buddha landed in Ceylon. So all these texts are all kind of like considered to be authentic within the Buddhist tradition, but if you look at them, they just can't all be true. And especially I mean, even for us in the West, what we consider to be true is part of the Kudaka Nikaya. That's where the Garudamas come from, and lots of other influential texts. So, as an ex-monk and as a practicing Buddhist and someone who's been studying religion, I kind of want to lay out a challenge to the Buddhist community to say, listen, we should look at the facts. I mean, I'll speak about other religious texts just to illustrate what I want to say. Within Judaism, which allegedly is an older religion and more established than Buddhism, Israeli archaeologists have been digging for years, highly paid, highly motivated, to find archaeological evidence of what the Bible says, not that the Israel has been given to them. And guess what? There's been next to nothing, no evidence. There's been next to no evidence found by Israeli archaeologists to prove that what the ancient record says is true. If you inspect the first 5 books of the Bible, which the Jews believe were written by Moses, then it looks like the Pentateuch was written over a period of hundreds of years and written by different authors. And there's various other things that if you factually inspect ancient Judaism, the orthodox beliefs can be seriously challenged. And with all due respect and with the greatest of humility, having applied critical analysis to the orthodox Theravada viewpoint, I propose that in a similar way as the orthodox Jewish viewpoint can be strongly challenged as actually being myths and legends, then I propose that the orthodox Theravada point of view is similarly myths and legends. I've mentioned Ajahn Pasano, who I lived with in Wat Pa Nanachat in northeast Thailand. When I was a young monk, he says, we don't believe the account of Ananda being excluded from the first council. That seems to be a later addition. Other Thai monks told me that they believe there was a dispute between Ananda and Mahakassapa, that Ananda was sympathetic to the nuns and Mahakassapa wasn't, but that unfortunately it was Mahakassapa's version who's mostly represented within the Pali Suttas. So I'm going to try and make some videos to present the other point of view about are the Pali texts reliable or not, and what happens if we apply textual criticism to the Pali text. Do they stand up, or will they fall apart like other religious texts have done? I mean, I've studied the Quran factually, and the Jewish, the Torah, and suffice it to say that when you inspect these texts in the face of modern scientific research, it becomes apparent that there's lots of myths and legends, and it really is an act of faith. So I suggest that many Buddhists feel that the Pali text is the oldest Buddhist text, and it must be true. But if you look at some scholars, for example, Richard Gombrich, he was the Sanskrit and Pali scholar in various universities. If you look at what these researchers have researched and their conclusions, then it's not at all what the orthodox Theravada practitioners will tell you, and I think we should be honest about this. So this is just an introductory video, and I'll hope to post more soon. Okay, thank you, bye.